If you have beliefs that contradict what you wish to experience, at best, you may find yourself receiving a mixed match of good things that then pull back, or nothing at all. So it stands to reason that flushing out these beliefs and having them work in your favor will benefit you as far as creating the life that you want. But how do I know this and why can I speak about it? Well, my name is Matthew and I have helped hundreds of people just like yourself manifest their specific people, jobs, visas, anything. I've helped them manifest. So I'm here today to impart those expertise that have helped those individuals on you today to help you flush out your old beliefs and create what it is that you wish to experience. And what I want to do today is explain how the beliefs could potentially get in your way and give you a couple of things to take into consideration and apply to help you overcome them. So if that's what you need today, stick out to the end to make sure you don't miss any valuable information. Drop me a like and a comment, subscribe to the channel, and work with me on a one-to-one basis, which is linked down below. But for now, thank you for your time. Let's jump in. So why do contrary beliefs get in the way of a manifestation? Well, your subconscious mind is the creative power of your reality. What you feed it, it pushes out for you to experience. Now, if you're feeding it, I want X, through, conscious decision, but you're indulging in thoughts, feelings, and awareness, or have beliefs and assumptions already imparted that contradict that, which one does it push out? Let me give you a real world example. Let's say you've got your best friend over here talking to you about something, sports, the weather, going on holiday. And then you have your girlfriend or boyfriend over here speaking about something else, politics, religion, and what kind of clothes we should go get when we're going shopping. You're not really going to particularly engage in either conversation very well. 1 minute it'll be like, yeah, football, it's winter, so we need to get some nice woolly stuff. Who was it that scored that goal? What did you say? £100? That's a lot for a jacket. You're not really going to engage in either conversation particularly well. You're going to get overwhelmed, stressed, and nothing's going to go anywhere. You're probably going to have that same conversation again individually because you haven't retained any of the information provided. Your subconscious mind, to a degree, has the same sort of issues. If you're saying, yes, Deborah, I want that, the perfect version of her would be amazing, but then simultaneously constantly saying, but this isn't the Deborah I want. This 3D version that I see sucks, doesn't provide me what I want to experience. Which one does it push out? And this is why you may find you get a little bit of a nice Deborah, and then she goes back to being an ass. Little bit of nice Deborah again, and then she goes back to being an ass. Or she goes really bad, and then she pulls back to go neutral. For example, because in 1 minute you're feeding, I want this, doing my affirmations or whatever, and in the next moment you're going, but she's still not who I want. I still don't have what I desire to experience. This is why contrary beliefs get in the way. Now, there are two things to consider. There's more. There's definitely a lot of things you could do regarding beliefs, but there's two things I want to leave you with today to help you. First and foremost is the understanding that we see the world as we are, not as it is. So let me give you a couple of examples of this and what this means. Take, for example, the amount of times you've heard someone say, we were together for 6 years and they never wanted to get married, but they've been with this new person and they're already engaged after 6 months. An example. Or, how come I work 40 hours a week? I really, slave my ass off. I do everything the manager could want and there's no promotion, but Alex over there, he seems to slack off. He seems to sit back in his chair like he owns the place. He has longer breaks than everyone, and he's been put through for a pay rise. Things like that. How many times have you heard people make these sorts of complaints? How come they got it with less effort? How come they got it at all? And I never did. Well, it's because of those beliefs that you have. You are likely to believe relationships are hard in the first example, or I never get what I want in relationships. Or in the second example, I have to work really hard to get things. I have to go above and beyond. But you may believe that other people just seem to get things easy and you don't. you kind of get where I'm going with this. It's the beliefs that you have that are getting in your way. We see the world as we are, not as it is. We create the world as we are, not as it is. So, where does this take us as far as practicalities? First and foremost, get clear on the beliefs that you have that could be contradicting what you wish to experience. Take, for example, I want the best version of Deborah, and the fact that I keep saying, but this version of Deborah doesn't exist. But Deborah's a little bit promiscuous, so she wouldn't ever just want to settle down with me, for example. Or Deborah doesn't go back to exes. She told me that once. Things like that. What contradictions do you have regarding that individual? What contradictions do you have regarding relationships? Relationships are hard. Relationships just don't seem to last anymore. People just don't want to commit anymore. What do you have about relationships? And what do you believe about yourself? I'm not attractive enough for them. I'm not good enough for them. I'm too insecure for them. I need constant reassurance. What do you believe? What things go in your head that could contradict, I want Deborah and me happy, married, kids, the life, the lot? That's what you want. That's what you consciously decide. This would be what I would be happy with. What is going on within your mind? What beliefs do you have? What things do you consistently indulge in that contradicts that? Get them down on a pen and paper. No phone notes this time. I want you hand to pen to paper. Write it down on the left page. On the right page, I want you to write the opposition. So if it's I'm not good enough, I've always been good enough for Deborah. If it's relationships are hard to come by or they don't last very long, relationships are easy to come by, relationships are strong and long lasting. Simply get the opposite of what you wish to experience. Opposite of what you currently seem to experience, expect to experience. You're now going to take time with this information to feed yourself that new stuff. Whenever your mind begins to dwell on the fact that Deborah's a little bit promiscuous or Alex is a little bit of a player, flip it. No, Deborah is committed to me. Deborah is ready and willing to settle down. Alex knows my worth and value and is committing to me. Things like that. And you're going to tell yourself the opposition. And what this is going to do is two things. It's going to impress the subconscious mind with that information, which makes it happen. Because if you're consistently flushing out the old stories with new, then you're going to create those new stories instead of old. And the second thing that it's going to do is confirmation bias. You're going to notice more things because you're showing yourself more of those thoughts, thus it's looking for it more, helping you create more of that belief. So it works on a sort of spiritual manifestation perspective, and it works on a logical 3D, the way the mind works perspective. By feeding yourself the opposite of what you currently believe, it helps you create those beliefs internally, which then of course expresses externally. And the second thing to consider, and this is quite an interesting thing, and that is limiting beliefs don't exist. Now, that isn't to contradict what I've just said, because you obviously believe those things, you're dwelling in them. But what this statement means is, because the subconscious mind has borderline infinite power, you can have anything. And the limitations that you believe in aren't actually limitations, bar what your conscious mind has decided to dwell upon. Take, what's an easier example? Let me give a money example. Many people want X amount of money, but they get in their own way by saying, I can't have because of X, Y, Z. This belief only affects them because they believe in it, not because the thing is real. Take, for example, if someone was to say, I can't earn £10,000 per month because there's just not enough people buying what I'm trying to sell. I can guarantee you that somewhere in the world, there is definitely someone doing the exact same business model as you, earning the amount you want to earn. Because that limitation does not exist. You dwell in it as though it exists, but it's you dwelling in it that makes it exist, not it exists, which is why you dwell in it. Does that make sense? The limitation that you believe in is only a limitation because you believe in it. You are fueling that fire with your belief. Your belief is not being fueled by the fire. So with everything that we've just stated, all of these limitations, drop them purely because they don't exist outside of you giving them fuel. Obviously, do all of the work that I've just said to help yourself actually drop them. But from a simplistic standpoint, you actually don't need to believe in those beliefs as existing because they do not exist without your belief in them. So drop them. There is no such thing as a limitation. What you think you cannot do, someone on this planet is doing. There are people that, you may say, I can't get this job because of my demographic, where I'm from. There is someone from the exact same place doing exactly that job. There's people out there that I've heard myself say, I want to work in HR, but you need a certain qualification that I don't have. I worked in HR without any qualifications. Like additional qualifications, obviously you got the GCSEs and stuff, but you know what I mean? Like the additional, in order to work in HR, you need XYZ thing. I got that. There's people saying like, oh, well, if you're, take for example, 4 out of 10 in terms of appearance, you can't date a 10 out of 10. I have seen people on the street with absolutely incredible looking partners, both boyfriends and girlfriends, if we're speaking objectively, and I've looked at them and gone, how on earth? I know that Jesus. I know that may make me sound like a knob, but it's true. We've all done it. We've all seen someone with an exceptionally attractive partner, and we've looked at them and gone, something doesn't add up. Have you kidnapped them? Are they okay? So what you think you can't do, you can't have, you can't be, there is someone out there being, doing, or having that. And it is purely your belief that you can't that gets in the way, not the fact that you actually can't, which creates the belief. So put this into practice. And if you would like me to work with you one-on-one to actually give you direct advice, direct new beliefs to feed, I have available options. Emails, video calls, and phone calls available. Yep, said the right 3. Check them out. They're linked down below. I also have memberships with tons of presentation videos, deep diagrams, deep dives, everything available, over 100 videos, plus free products, worksheets designed to help you do this kind of stuff even more, and discounts on all of my services. I also have the courses available, the full Manifest SP course, the the full self-concept course, and the full Overcoming an Anxiety course, all huge presentations giving you everything from explanations to practicals to everything you could possibly want, or the Academy, where I offer all of that and more available to help you. So if you need one-on-one help and you're tired of not succeeding, check those out. I've helped hundreds of people before you. I'll help tens of thousands of people after you. Why don't you join that number? But thank you for being here. Drop me a like and a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.